Good morning, everyone. I'm Sarah with Fisher Price Ranch. First off, please hit that subscription button down below. We're almost at 600 subscribers, and I'm trying to get to 1,000, so help us out. So I've got some things going on today, and then Tuesday we have a surprise new animals to the farm. So definitely keep an eye out for that video. And we do have some new animals coming to the farm today as well. So that'll be this afternoon. But first off, I'm going to do a couple of updates on stuff that I've noticed around the farm that we have to change. And let's go see what that is. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Chirping. Coming from under the house, and that's the one noise I absolutely hate in the springtime, is that dang chirping. It is ground squirrels, and they make that noise when they get scared, and if he's under the house, that means he's gonna make some damage, so we're gonna have to set a trap for him. Alright, so I'm gonna set this trap. So I did notice a while back that we did have like little holes underneath the house that weren't there before, and I assumed that it was the rabbits because we have a lot of wild rabbits here, so I didn't mess with it. But now that I've heard the ground squirrel under the house, I'm pretty sure that it's from that. And you can see some fresh tracks in the dirt there. So this is where we're going to set up our trap. We've got our live trap, and I put a piece of bread in there, smeared some peanut butter on it, and some bird seed. So we're going to set the trap over here and hope that he will get in there. So we're just gonna have to keep coming back and checking it. Alright, so we're having one other, I guess it would be a predator problem, and that's with our chickens. And our livestock guardian ravens have decided that they want to steal all the chicken eggs. And unfortunately, we haven't gotten eggs for a few days, and so yesterday I put up a block of wood to cover where the chickens have been using the nest to lay their eggs so that the ravens couldn't come in and just reach in and grab them. And then I put a little thing there just to see what it would do, and it worked. So we actually got 7 eggs yesterday, and as you can see, they've already laid one today. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cover these holes, and they're just going to have to go in these 2 holes, and I don't know if there's anything in here. Oh, yep, see, there's an egg there too. So I think it's because we haven't finished our door. It's still wide open, all of this, and so the birds just fly right in here and pick the eggs, and they don't get trapped. So I think if we just cut 2 boards that are just a little bit bigger than those holes and just kind of maybe hinge them on there so I can still open them and look inside. I think that's what we're going to have to do because, yeah, not having any eggs is not a good thing. Also, here's our chicken feeder I filled it all the way up since the goats were moved. And as you can see, they are still wasting some food. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just block the hole so they can't get any feed until they clean up their mess. I know it's because we're mixing the feed. We're giving them pellets, and then we're mixing in some scratch grains, and they're picking out all the corn and the bird seed and everything that's in there because that's the tastier stuff, and they're flinging the pellets away, and once all the good stuff is gone, then they'll eat the pellets. So I think maybe to fix this in the future is just to give them pellets and maybe give them a scoop of scratch grain just on the ground once a day. So anyway, so this is still kind of a work in progress. The nice thing is we filled our whole trash can that we had full of chicken feed, and we dumped the whole thing in here and still probably had room for another 50 pounds of chicken feed. So I think this would definitely feed our chickens for at least a month. So I think when this empties, I think we'll just do the pellets and see if that helps with the mess that they're making. But I'm definitely going to build another little door, I think, for that with on a hinge or something. And that way it'll fall down, they can't get in there. And then when they clean up the ground, I'll just flip it back up and lock it open. And just until they eat what's in this box. So, unfortunately, when I went out of town, I had somebody else look after my garden. And this was left on and the whole thing molded. So I've been trying to save it, but unfortunately, not much is going on. Everything's pretty much dead. So I think we're going to have to redo the garden. Alright, so unfortunately we do have some bad news on the farm. Let's go take a look. Alright guys, so this is Brownie. She's the one that we treated for ovarian cysts, and then she came back positive for pregnancy on her blood test, and in March I could actually feel babies kicking, but she's not pregnant again. I don't know why this keeps happening to her. For some reason she's been unable to go full term. We've been trying to breed her since January 2019, so almost a year and a half, and this was her last chance. So unfortunately, I don't know what the deal is with her, but she's just unable to give us babies, which really sucks because she's such a nice doe, but it looks like she's going to have to go in the freezer. So unfortunately, it is a hard decision. It's part of farming. You know, we just can't keep animals that aren't providing for us. So she'll just have to provide for us meat-wise instead. Alright, and some more possible bad news, unfortunately. I hate when the goats do that. That's their death nap. They like to look dead. Coconut. Hi, crazy girl. Zara, come here, baby. Hi, how you doing? So it has to do with Zara. Hi, silly girl. She is supposed to be due in a week and a half, and I'm kind of thinking she didn't take. She doesn't have a very big belly, and you can see her nipples. They're just not very big. I don't see any milk coming in. So a lot of bad news today. I'm really bummed. These were my two that I was really hoping to get babies out of. Zara being one and Brownie the other. So I'm really bummed out. So apparently we're not having any more kids this year. What happened, girl? Yeah, this sucks. So I guess we'll just have to wait till next year. Huh. Hi. Hi. So as you can see, I'm having a really bum day. I was really hoping for more babies this year, and I mean, we'll breed in July, so we'll still have babies at the end of the year in December with the goats, but you know, I've been trying so hard with Brownie. I've been waiting 16 months to get babies out of her, trying everything that I can do to get babies, and she'll get pregnant every time, and then it seems like a few months along, all of a sudden her babies just disappear. There's no sign of a miscarriage or anything, and it's really weird. So I'm bummed out. So I will be butchering Brownie, but I'm going to wait till after her due date, just for any reason she's hiding it extremely well. And then we are also going to be butchering S'mores. She is the one that throws the extra teats, and we've been milking her, but she's become a huge pain, and she's dropped her milk down to only a quart a day, so it's really not even worth it to me. So yeah, I still have 3 more goats going to new homes. They've all been spoken for. I do want to thank everybody who has purchased from us, and I hope that the goats are doing well for you. And please update me. I love to see how my goats do on their new property. So anyway, on a better note, let's go see what's going on in our side yard. All right, so if you guys have seen my hobby video that I posted a few months ago, you know that I like to do wildlife photography, and I'm a big birder. I guess not a big birder, but I do like to take photos of birds, and I have a life list and all that. So I've been setting up my side yard to attract the birds a little bit more. And we got half of our pond done. But we've had the half the pond done for over a year now. Projects have been pushed back and pushed back. So as you can see, this is our pond. I just got the little waterfall thing going yesterday. We cleaned out the pond, but the bottom of the pond has never been finished. So I'm trying to get Brandon on the job. So we're hoping to do this project this coming week and get this done. That way we have a huge pond and we can have it. We built like kind of a little staircase waterfall with these rocks, and it should flow out really nice. So I did go to the nursery, which was packed. Apparently everybody that's in quarantine has nothing better to do, so they're actually gardening. So I got some flowers for the hummingbirds and to make it look nice. So we're gonna kind of clean this up. We're gonna tear down these stairs and put new on. We're gonna tear out all these bricks, and we're gonna rake all this nice and clean and plant some grass so it's a little greener over here. And we'll get this done. That way it looks nicer, you know. So our new additions for today, we are getting koi. So I have a lady that I actually found on Facebook, and she's overrun with koi because they've been breeding in her pond, and so she's actually giving them to me, which I appreciate very much. So we're going to put those up here, and they're not huge, but they'll work good for in this small pond for now. And then once this is done, this is about, it's hard to tell, but it's about 3.5 foot deep, and a pretty good size around. I'd say it's about probably 6-7 foot across, and probably 6 foot, you know, this way. So it's a pretty good sized pond, and we could put fish down there as well. So today I'm actually going to go out into the woods. There's a little creek near us that has some really nice green plants growing in the water, so I thought I'd bring some back for the pond. Well, I made it out here, out in the middle of the woods, and this place is probably, I don't know, 5-6 miles from my house. So I figure over here, when I was over here, I think a week ago, there was a lot of water type plants, and I think they would do great to give some oxygen to the fish in the pond. You can kind of see some there. They look like mini lily pads, so I thought they would be kind of neat. Here's a bunch over here. So I figure I might get some of those. Alright, so I got all those plants into the pond. They're going to take a little bit of time to kind of settle down, but just to show you what it looks like. We've got plants kind of all over the outside of it. I'm going to maybe talk to my neighbor and see if she'll let me get some of her cattails, and we can put those on the deeper end over here. But that'll give it a little bit more character. So I do want to show you guys what I did do today as well. And then we're going to head out and pick up our fish. So today we are using the Genoa 12, and we put in some chicken eggs. We just did 9. And, whoops. I'm gonna have to fix that. We have to put that thing into the slot there, and that helps to move the tray around to rotate the eggs. But anyway, so hopefully in 3 weeks we will have baby chicks. Alright guys, so we're here at the parking lot. I just met with the lady that's giving us the fish, and there they are. There's 4 big ones, so let's get them home and get them acclimated into the pond. Alright guys, so we're just slowly letting the fish acclimate to the pond. What I did is laid the bucket sideways, and it'll slowly circulate the water so they get used to the pond water. But we're also giving them their water into the pond, so it kind of helps them transition. But they'll sit there in this bucket for a little bit until the temperature is the same, and then we'll release them into the pond. Alright, so our fish are finally in the pond. You see them right there. So exciting. So what I did, because I'm into the birds, is I set up a camera to see what comes in to get a drink. We've had probably a few dozen different varieties of birds come in. So this will show me what's coming in when I'm not around. So pretty cool. They tend to land on this big rock here, and then they get a drink. So we'll get to see what comes in. So I may post future videos of that. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching, and be sure to keep an eye out for Tuesday. It may be the evening before the video will post, or Wednesday morning, but keep an eye out for what's to come onto the farm.